welcome to our lesson today. So, as usual, before your lesson, I want you to listen to the song and tell what the song is about. So, are you ready? Yes, here we go.
Ping pong. Hoi, hoi. Hoi, hoi. Subscribe. Let's say hello to friends from all around the world.
Yeah, I will!
Me too. Me. Hello, hello, how are you? Hi, nice to meet you. Let's say hello to our friends around the world.
안녕.
Hola.
Ni hao.
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum. Привет.
Bonjour. Namaste. 고마워. Gracias.
谢谢.
Thank you. Shukran.
Спасибо.
Merci. Dhanyavad. Goodbye, goodbye, say goodbye. Bye, bye, see you next time. Let's say goodbye to our friends around the world.
안녕.
Adios.
再见.
Goodbye.
마살라마. Пока.
Au revoir. Namaste. Say hello and goodbye.
Well, have you got the answer? Yes, the answer is about how people say hello, thank you, and goodbye. So, the next activity for you. I want you to match the pictures with the phrases on the screen. Yeah, so we have 8 pictures and 8 phrases. So I want you to match the picture to the phrases. So, yes, and this is my answer. Number 1, you see? Clapping the hands. Number 2, whistling. Number 3, nodding the head. Number 4, waving. Number 5, jumping up and down. Number 6, raising the hands. Number 7, expressing is good. And number 8, shaking hands. So can you guess what is the topic of our lesson? Yes, so today we will move on with Unit 3, Ways of Socializing, and we will focus on Lesson 8, Reading. Yes, first of all, I want you to answer this question. What are the people in these pictures doing? Yes, they are shaking hands and greeting each other. And the second one, they are waving to say goodbye. And the next one for you, what will you do or say if you want to get your teacher's attention in class? Yes, you often raise your hand and you need to ask someone a question, but they are busy talking to someone else. So you often say, "Excuse me." So I want you to listen to the reading passage in your textbook and pay attention to the underlined word. So now, listen.
Unit 3, Ways of Socializing. Part A, Reading, page 30. To attract someone's attention so that we might speak to that person, we can use either verbal or nonverbal forms of communication. Let us look at nonverbal communication in English. Probably the most common way of attracting someone's attention is by waving. For example, if we are at a noisy party and see a friend come in the door, about 20 meters away, we might raise our hand and wave to her as a signal that we see her. But how hard can we wave in a situation like this? Suppose you are at the airport and you see your brother get off the plane and begin walking toward you. If you are excited, you might jump up and down and wave as hard as you can to attract his attention. This is the instance where big, obvious nonverbal signals are appropriate. There are, however, some social situations where smaller, nonverbal signals are more appropriate. In a restaurant, for example, if we want to attract the attention of our waiter, we have several choices. We can wait until he passes near us, catch his eye, and nod slightly to let him know we would like him to come to our table. Or we can raise our hand slightly to show that we need assistance. We do not whistle or clap our hands to get the person's attention. This is considered impolite and even rude. In most social situations, where some informality is allowed, a brief raise of the hand and a small wave is fine. For instance, if you are walking across the schoolyard and see your teacher approaching you, a small friendly wave to attract his or her attention is appropriate. Once you've got your friend's attention, you shouldn't point at that person or thing you want her to look at. A slight nod will do. Pointing at someone is usually considered rude. Of course, there are times when pointing is perfectly acceptable, such as when a teacher wants to get someone's attention in class. The teacher often points to the student and says, "David, would you read the next sentence, please?" Pointing here is not impolite. It's simply a way to get someone's attention.
Well, so now I would like to explain the meanings of the news words for you. So the first one we have attract someone's attention. It means thu hút sự chú ý của người khác. The next one, call me please, verbal and non-verbal. Okay, so it is verbal means bằng lời nói and non-verbal, không bằng lời nói. Okay, it's clear or obvious. It means rõ ràng. Signal, dấu hiệu. Appropriate, phù hợp. Nod, gật đầu, cúi đầu. Okay, a now, cái gật đầu, cái cúi đầu. A slight nod, một cái gật đầu nhẹ. Polite, lịch sự. Impolite, bất lịch sự. Well, rude, thô lỗ. Informality, sự thân mật. The school bus is approaching the bus stop. Approach, tiếp cận. Point at someone, chỉ tay vào ai. So now you look at the news words again and listen to the pronunciations of the words.
Attract someone's attention. Non-verbal.
Verbal. Obvious. Signal. Appropriate. Nod. Impolite. Polite. Rude.
Informality.
Approach.
Point at someone.
Now, the next activities I want you to match the English words with its Vietnamese equivalent. So we have 8 words and 8 definition in Vietnamese. Okay, so this is the answer. Number 1, B. To D. 3 A. 4 3. 5 C. 6 F. 7 E. 8 H. Now, the next one, I want you to tell me what's the titles of the reading passage. Decide which of the 3 options below is the best title for the passage. So which one? A, B, or C? A. Attracting attention, non-verbal cues. B. Attracting attention by waving. And C. The best ways of attracting attention. So the answer is A. Now, let's move on with task 3. I want you to answer the following questions. So we have 5 questions. Number 1, what can we do when we want to attract someone's attention? Number 2, what are considered to be best obvious non-verbal signals? Number 3, what can we do if we want to attract the waiter's attention? Number 4, if you are walking across the schoolyard and see your teachers approaching you, what can you do to attract his or her attention? Number 5, what shouldn't you point at the person or think you want your friend to look at once you got his or her attention? Now, this is the answer for you. Okay, you can base on paragraph 1. Okay. Question 2. You can read paragraph 2 to find out the answer. In question 3, I want you to look at paragraph 3. Question 4. It says paragraph 4. Okay, and question 5. I want you to read paragraph 5. Now, after you read, I want you to work in group of 4 and discuss the meanings of whistling and hand clapping in Vietnamese culture. So you can work in groups of 4 and discuss with your friend in our next online lesson. So, whistling, for example, when being happy or hand clapping was day. Okay. So when do people often whistle and clap hands? You can look at the pictures on the screen. Yeah, when whistling, when people relax, when giving compliments, when wanting to attract other people's attention, when being happy, excited about something. And what's about hand clapping? When giving compliments, when wanting to attract other people's attention, when showing your agreement with somebody's ideas or opinions, or when giving signal to call someone to come. You can hand clap when you want to encourage somebody. Okay,